You guys, it's officially time to put another bookshelf up. Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy. I'm a mum of 2 boys and really happen to love books. So if you would like to stick around and see some more bookish content, then please consider subscribing. It would be amazing to have you here. This little community is growing little by little. We're getting a few new channel members every single video. So if you have subscribed recently, thank you so much. It means the world, even if it's just 1 or 2 subscribers every so often. I am a very small channel, I understand that, but even just 1 subscriber means so much. So if you have subscribed recently, welcome to my little cozy corner of the internet. It's great to have you here. So I turned 27 a couple of weeks ago, and this is going to be my birthday book haul. A lot of these, I've had actually quite an equal amount of books that have been bought for me as gifts, and then a little kind of self-care birthday book haul for myself, and I think it's kind of even numbers. Let me just count. So 15 books have been bought for me as gifts, and then 10 books I have bought for myself. So we have 25 books here. I always seem to work in units of around 20. My first 2 book hauls were 22, and then this one is 25. So we have a lot of books to go through, and I'm just so grateful and honoured that I'm able to get books as gifts and be able to spend a bit of money on myself to get myself books as gifts to myself. I feel very humbled and I feel very honoured, because I know that there's other people that aren't as lucky. So I feel very humbled. But yeah, shall we jump right in, because I'm so excited to finally get these on a new bookshelf, because my book collection is getting a bit out of hand now. So I think I'm gonna go through the books that I got as gifts first, and I'm gonna go through the books that my husband got me. Now this is kind of separated into 2 categories, because there were books that he actually bought me as surprise gifts, and then on the actual day of my birthday he let me buy 3 more books. He said, you go into a bookshop, buy 3 more books that you actually have on your wish list, because I don't know which books are more top priority on your wish list and which ones aren't. And that was super sweet of him. So let's jump into what my hubby bought me for my 27th birthday. So first I screamed when I opened this up, because I asked for it, but it wasn't really like a priority. There were other books that I was after, but then when I opened it I got so excited, because it makes me so excited for autumn and cozy vibes, and it is A Fellowship of Bakers and Magic by J. Penner. And I know that there are 2 more books in this series, but I want to read this one first, see if I like the writing style, the plot and everything like that, and if I like it then I will get the other 2. But this is basically like a fantasy Great British Bake Off, and it makes me so happy and excited. And on every chapter there's like a little baked treat, and it's different every single time. So I'll read the synopsis. A human, a dwarf and an elf walk into a bake-off in the heart of Aidenshire, where elfish enchantments and dwarven delights rule. Arletta Starstone, a human confectionist, works twice as hard perfecting her unique blend of baking and apothecary herbs. So when an orc neighbour secretly enters her creations into the prestigious elven baking battle, Arletta faces a dilemma. Being magicless, her participation in the competition could draw more scowls than smiles, and if Arletta wants to prove her talent and establish her culinary reputation, this human will need more than just her pastry craft to sweeten the odds. While competing, she'll set off on a journey of mouth-watering pastries, self-discovery, heartwarming friendships and romance, while questioning whether winning the baking battle is the true prize. Escape for a delightful, cosy fantasy where every twist is a treat and every turn a step closer to home. Oh my god, it's like, it reminds me a lot of Legends and Lattes, but with a bake-off instead. and this cover is just so cozy. I love it so much, and I'm really excited to read this. I might wait until like autumn time because this is giving me major cozy vibes. Next is actually a set of 3 books. I was super excited when I opened these because these are stories that me and my husband both love. We love Studio Ghibli movies. We watch them a lot together, and he decided to get me Howl's Moving Castle, Castle in the Air, and House of Many Ways by Diana Wynne Jones. I've only ever heard of Howl's Moving Castle, and it's one of our favourite movies to watch together. It is so cozy, so heartwarming and homely, and I feel like the book is going to make me feel even more cozy, and it's just going to, you know, make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, because Calcifer, he's my man. He is top G. I love him so much, and I also love Howl as a character as well, so I'm super excited to read these and get lost in this world. And the last one that my husband got me as a surprise, I have been after this book for so long. I have books 1 and 3 in the trilogy, and he completed the set for me. Now, I've heard mixed things about this book. I've heard that it's the least favourite out of the 3. A lot of the reviews on Goodreads and everything like that have said that this is the worst out of the 3, but I don't care. It is A House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J Maas. And now, this is daunting. The thickness of these books scares me, but just, they're so beautiful, like the artwork, and I love the fact, I have mentioned this before, but I love the fact that the actual hardback, the colour corresponds to the colour theme and the colour palette of the book. So, like, A House of Earth and Blood, the hardback is red, and A House of Flame and Shadow is black. And I love the fact that they all match. It's just such a nice touch, and I'm super excited to start my Sarah J Maas journey. And even though these are thick, they are big boys, I'm very excited to read them. So thank you so much to my hubby for getting me these. Next is the books that my husband kind of just let me loose in a bookshop and said, buy 3 more books for yourself. And I'm so happy with what I picked. Now, I am from a very small town, and the Waterstones that we have is very small, so they are limited in what they had, but I am so happy I found these because I had no idea that they would have them, and I almost cried when I saw these because I've been after these for so long. So the first 2 books are, I'm not sure if this is going to be a trilogy or it's just a duology, but it is Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. Need I say it anymore? I've heard so many good things about both of these books, and I love these covers. I think some UK editions of books are just top notch. They are just absolutely stunning, because I've seen the US editions and I much prefer the UK editions. So I know that this is Iris. I can't remember. Yeah, so this is Iris Winnow and this is Roman Kit, but I believe he does tend to go by Kit a lot in the book, and I love the name Kit so much. That was one of our name contenders for our youngest little boy Finley. He was almost Christian, but we were going to call him Kit for short. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, it's so sweet, and I'm just in love with these books, and I can't wait to get my brain just in this world. I've already read like the prologue of this, of Divine Rivals, and I was enthralled, and I cannot wait to get into this world. And the last one that I picked up when I was in the bookshop, oh my god, I thought that this book was stunning just to start with, like with the dust jacket on and the end pages, and then I took the dust jacket off and it's even more beautiful. and it is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. Now, if you've been here for a bit, you know I am a foil girly. I live for foiling on books, and this is covered in it. And the end pages, stunning, absolutely stunning. But then when you take the dust jacket off, it has this on it. It said, "Broken things make the sharpest weapons." And it's just absolutely stunning. So I believe that this is enemies to lovers. So I believe this is an enemies to lovers between an assassin and like a tyrannical king, I believe. This is just stunning. I can't wait to read this. I've heard nothing but good things about it. It is a bit chunky. It is a bit on the bigger side, but I need to get out of my comfort zone in reading bigger books because I've got so many thick books on my TBR and I just need to jump in and get into it. But this is just gorgeous and I am very, very happy that I have this on my bookshelves. So this is a set of books that I got from my parents for my birthday. This was a bit pricey. I did ask them for it for my birthday because they always say ask us for things that you wouldn't normally be able to get for yourself. So I asked for these. I said you don't have to because it is pricey. And they got me it. And I'm just... So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 books in this series. And I think I'm going to be an SJM girly because they got me the hardback editions of the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. So we have A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, A Court of Wings and Ruin, A Court of Frost and Starlight, and A Court of Silver Flames. I mean, just the box by itself is stunning enough. And then we have a picture of the goddess herself. I have heard so many good things about ACOTAR, and I'm going to have to put this down because it's so heavy. I'm just blown away that my mum and dad were like, they're the best, and you know, they have to work really, really hard, but they still, you know, get me gifts like this, and it just makes me appreciate them even more than I already do. But that is a very, very special gift to me, and I will cherish it forever. I'm just blown away. I'm still gobsmacked by it. And the last 2 books that were gifts were actually technically from my in-laws. They bought me a £20 Amazon voucher, so I spent my Amazon voucher on these books, so I'm going to say that these books are from them. And the first one is Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. Now I know that the second one has been released and the third one will be released next year, I believe. Either later on this year or early next year. So this is enemies to lovers between 2 rival murderers, I believe, which is a very different trope. It's a very different plot line, I'll say that. I've never heard of like a love story between 2 rival murderers, but hey ho. And I've heard so many good things about this book. So Sloane and Rowan are the 2 main characters. The 2 hunters collide in an annual game of blood and suffering, one that pits them against the most dangerous monsters in the country. But as their friendship develops into something deeper, the restless ghosts left in their wake are only a few steps behind, ready to claim more than just their newfound romance. Can Rowan and Sloane dig themselves out of a game of graves, or have they finally met their match? That sounds pretty good if you ask me. I am very, very excited, so let's hope it is up to the hype that it is, like everyone has been going on about. It's really, really hyped up, this book, so we'll see if it matches to the hype. And this last one, I have been after this for so long. I think I've mentioned this book in pretty much every single BookTube video I have done, and I didn't realise until I got it that it is an illustrated edition. And guys, it's beautiful. It's The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and it's got sprayed edges, and the hardback has flowers on. The End pages are illustrated. Oh, I've only just realised that one. Oh my goodness. There's one at the start of the book, and then in the middle they have entries from so many different artists of their interpretations of Henry and Adeline and all the other different characters, and just all the artist interpretations of what they think Addie looks like. And I think this one's my favourite. That is stunning because it includes all the different fragments of the lives that Addie has lived, and then the end pages on the back are just, oh, chef's kiss. Absolutely stunning. I'm so happy that I bought this with that Amazon voucher. So thank you to my in-laws for allowing me to get that for myself, because it's just absolutely stunning. I am obsessed with it. I've got about 10-15 minutes to film the rest of this video before I have to wake my little boy up. So let's go through very speedily what I bought for myself for my birthday. So these books, there's 2 books here that I actually got at a very reduced price because they are quite badly damaged. One of them not so much, one of them you can definitely tell it's been damaged, but I've still bought them anyways, and if I like them enough I will then buy a newer, less damaged copy. So the first one is The Serpent of Wings and Night by Carissa Broadbent. This has got a rip on the side that I managed to tape back together, and then it's got a couple of dents on the naked hardback. But look at how stunning this naked hardback is. If all of the naked hardbacks look like this, I will buy every single book that Carissa Broadbent puts out, because this is just stunning. I believe that this is like the Hunger Games but with vampires. Human or vampire, the rules of survival are the same. Never trust, never yield, and always guard your heart. And I do believe, yeah, it's got that on the naked hardback as well. And it's just got a bit of a dent here. But to be honest, it's only going to be on my bookshelf, and the damage is very minimal. If I'm honest, the second book that I have is quite badly damaged, but I probably, if I like it, I will get another copy. But this one, you can't really tell that it's damaged, so I'll probably just keep this copy. But I've heard so many good things about this series. There is a second book, Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, which I will pick up if I like this book enough. And then there's a third book, I think, which is like with different characters. It's not with the same characters in this duology, but I'm still very excited to read it. So the next book, which is very, very badly damaged, and that is What the River Knows by Isabel Abanez. I think that's how you're saying it. Obviously the dust jacket is ripped. I've tried my best to tape it back together. And then the naked hardback has got quite a bad rip in it as well. So that's actually gone into the binding on the spine. So if I like this book enough, I will get another copy, and I may even treat myself even more and see if I can find like a Fairy Loot edition, because I have seen the Fairy Loot edition of this, or the Illumicrate, I can't remember. It's some kind of book subscription edition, and it is stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous, because this one doesn't have any end pages, unfortunately, but this has got ancient Egypt in it, it's got mystery, it's got romance, and what I like, I'll see if I can find a page with it on. Yeah, it's got like illustrations and like diary excerpts. It's just so clever and so beautiful, and I can't wait to read this, because this does give me vibes of The Mummy but set in the 1800s. I don't know why, I think it is just because of that ancient Egyptian kind of vibe, but I do have a feeling I will really like this, and I will end up getting another copy, so we shall see. I really, really hope I like it. And this one I also got on the same shopping trip. Now, I've heard mixed bags about this. I've heard that it starts off super, super well and then kind of falls flat, but the storyline and that cover is enough to get me to buy it. and I'm willing to give it a go, and it is A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. I haven't read anything by this author before, but just the cover is stunning, and the end pages. So I believe this is about a girl called Freya, and she is a shield maiden. She is supposed to be married to this chief, I believe, but then she ends up falling for the chief's son. So there's like a forbidden romance deal kind of going on. But I love this cover. It's just absolutely stunning. And the naked hardcover, like this pale greyish blue, I think is just absolutely gorgeous. We'll see if I like this or not. If I do, then I do think there is going to be another book coming out, because it just says Saga of the Unfated Book 1. So I do hope that there'll be some more books in the series. But I'll probably do a reading vlog when I read this, because it's a very anticipated read, and some people have really hyped it up, and then some people have said that it starts off really well and then kind of comes down a little bit, so we shall see. So next is a trilogy I have actually never heard of. This was purely a cover by purchase. This is a trilogy, and it was massively reduced. They are in perfect condition, but they were just massively reduced, and it is the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series by Laini Taylor. I think it's Laini Taylor. So there's 3 books in this series. There is Daughter of Smoke and Bone, Days of Blood and Starlight, and Dreams of Gods and Monsters. I mean, these covers are just stunning. There are other covers that you can buy of this, but there was just something about these covers that is so mystical and whimsical and gorgeous, and I just love it so much. I really hope that I like this series. I believe that this is book 1, and it does seem pretty short, so we'll give it a try, and I really hope I like it. Next is another hardback. Now I do actually have this in paperback, but I really wanted them in hardback for some reason, and I haven't got the second book in the series yet, because I'm trying to get into the habit of reading the first book in a series, and if I like it, then buying the rest of the series, because I'm a bit of... it's a bit of a guilty pleasure buying all the books in a series just so I have the full series on my shelf. Never read them, but if I have the full series, then I'm happy. I rebought Light Lark in hardback by Alex Aster. This hardback is just stunning, and then when you take the dust jacket off, it has the title on the naked hardcover, which I love. Now I do believe this is another Hunger Games vibes type series with romance. I've heard mixed things about the sequel Nightbane, but I'll read Light Lark, see if I like it, and then I will give Nightbane a chance. And what I love about this book is that it has these thorns on the top of every single page, and I think it's touches like that that really makes or breaks a book. It makes it more eye-catching, it makes me want to read it because I'm like, it looks so pretty. But I'm a bit nervous about all these books piling up on my TBR, to be honest, guys. I have over 50 books on my TBR now. Over 50. I know there's people that have much more, but it's getting a bit overwhelming. I do have a little reading update that I will put in a reading vlog that I'm hoping to be filming very soon, but it's getting a bit out of hand now.